Welcome in, chat. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy to see you. Hi there, Will. How you doing, JK? That's not where you're supposed to be, cutting board. Let's see, are you a little closer to be on camera now? That's a little better. What's new? What's happening? It's Costco hot dog ingredient challenge night. Gonna be putting 2 spins on it tonight. One sweet, one savory. First off, we're gonna be doing a Chicago dog salad. And then we're gonna be finishing it up with Costco hot dog bread pudding. Hi, El Capitano. Ooh. Hope it's a good one. Did I start recording? I don't know if I did. Nope. I am now, though. Hi there, camera. Something exciting about my trash? Gotta figure out that image not showing at the end of the slideshows. Let's make sure we got YouTube up and running too. Please load for me, chat. You want to load for me, right, chat? There, now we got. And again, I don't know what is with this with YouTube. They just want to always set my chat to subscriber only. It's rather annoying. Coffee. Getting distracted. Trying to get I got a pad underneath my board to keep it from slipping as much. I was working on getting that positioned. Appreciate all of you joining me tonight. Cheers. Finally got the guest network going properly in my house after I don't know how long. And so I have lava lamp on. Well, can't see it from there. The lava lamp's on. It's there in the bottom corner a little bit. Got my plant light working again in the corner, so my plant actually gets enough light. And yeah, good times. All the fun stuff that's supposed to be automated that hasn't been automated for like 2-3 years. It's back working. It's nice. What are we doing for dinner tonight? Do we start with this? I think we're going to start with dessert. Yeah, because we can bake that and then come back to it. We're going to see how much of these I need for this. Why am I cleaning a bowl? Because it's the bowl I want to use, and it was dirty. So I did look into trying to get the authentic Costco dogs and buns. I could have gone into Costco and bought a couple of hot dogs, but instead I have bought Kirkland Costco hot dogs, the actual dogs themselves. And I looked online, and it's very regional, very local, depending on what buns they actually buy for which stores. And so I just went with cheap hot dog buns. And so these are all going to, we're going to start by making our bread pudding, which is going to involve breaking these up into small little bits. Curious, the same spot and where there's a bubble, like they got their design down that precise. I'm eyeballing this to see. I want to do the plan is to do an 8x8. Pan, so we want about enough of this loose and broken up to fill that pan. We're then going to soak it, which is going to reduce its volume and allow us to add some other things in there, like the hot dogs. Actually, I should probably get going on those after the buns. We're getting closer. I think we're going to do this last one here, and this will be good for our bread pudding. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Next, we need the eggs and the cream. Kip, you kind soul, thank you for that resub. Hold on for that. For me, chat. Yep, Costco hot dog night. So we got 2 eggs. I got a pint of heavy cream. Cutesy little thing. Or half pint, rather. Even cutesier. And then we're going to want some flavors to go that I think will both work okay with the hot dogs and with bread pudding. So I'm going to start off pretty heavy with the ginger. And cinnamon, obviously. But I also think nutmeg, and black pepper. A little bit of salt. Definitely need some sugar since it's a bread pudding and dessert. Do we do this or we do... We've certainly got enough liquid, I think. Let's go with this. Precise measuring. So now we pour this loveliness over top of our buns. We're going to let them hang out together for a bit. Start warming a pan up here. Coffee break. I also don't know if this is the one that they serve in the store or not either, but these are the ones that I bought. Get out of my face, fan. I think we'll do 2 of these for the dessert. I'll give them this. I don't know if I've ever had a Costco dog, by the way, chap. It smells better than most hot dogs straight out of the bag. Hey, Tamis. We're having fun today cooking with hot dogs. Doing dinner and dessert. It's my weekly ingredient challenge. Chat votes in the Discord on a weekly ingredient challenge. And then I have to use that ingredient sweet and savory. Let's destroy my taste buds, more give me a challenge, something to cook with. And so tonight's challenge is Costco hot dogs. So we've got Costco brand with local cheap hot dog buns, which is what I read they use. And we're making a bread pudding to start, which is going to be the dessert. We've got buns already soaking with a combination of heavy cream and egg and seasoning. I don't want to stir that up too much from here. And I'm currently cutting up hot dogs so that I can make them all crispy. I think this one hot dog might be enough for this project, though. It's going to reduce some when it cooks. Let's... And then the other half is equally as crazy. I'm making a hot dog salad. Which, actually, I need to do this for the salad, too, but I wasn't sure how I wanted to cut them for that. Alright, so we got heat going back on that pan. We're going to throw a touch of cooking oil in there. Because if you look at these hot dogs, they don't exactly look too fatty. So, use a little oil to help get some searing on the outside of them. Because that's really what I want, little crispy meaty bits for this. Like, I almost don't want it to be recognizable as this hot dog, but it is hot dog. I'm not going to add any salt to this, even though the salt could maybe help pull out some moisture. I sort of doubt it. These things are probably so packed with salt and sugar already. he says without having looked at the ingredients in them in the first place. Beef, water, dextrose, salt, spice, sodium lactate, garlic, sodium diacetate? I can't pronounce that properly. Sodium, another thing I can't pronounce, paprika, and extractive. Sodium nitrate. Oh yeah, sodium nitrate. Gotta keep that color. He says after he used it on his own bacon. And we're about to go to ads. We're just gonna sear the beef here for a couple minutes while you're gone. How so, Kip? Hot dogs are frightening to you? Don't push me, Kip. I could go the full Baconator bread pudding route. And we can make some more ketchup and mustard frosting for on top. Actually, I don't know if I have powdered sugar or not. I don't think I do, actually. But, oh, I do. So I went with Bimbo for my hot dog buns. They were like $2 cheaper than Ballpark and what I normally would grab, which are either the butter or potato brand ones. I didn't see the potato ones there. So I went with Bimbo. What's everyone's favorite hot dog bun? Not what I wanted. Now, dashboard still needs work. Starting to get some of that dark rosy red color on those. We want more of that. We want all of that to be dark rosy red. Move the camera here a sec. Turn the heat down on that a little bit. And then I think we're going to just sprinkle the hot dog bits over the top of this. So we'll go ahead and throw the bread part to our bread pudding in here. Runaways. Those I'll throw back in because I just cleaned that counter. think that's about as far as I want to go with the hot dog there. So we have bread pudding. And this is going to rise a little bit because of the egg in there, but probably not too much. Hi, Alex. What you're staring at here is a hot dog bread pudding. I don't know what time you joined in, but we've got hot dog buns that I broke up and have soaked in heavy cream, 2 eggs, and a bunch of seasonings. And then I've sauteed and crisped up a bunch of hot dog bits and put those on top. Well, if you think of hot dog buns are up there in sweetness and how... Did someone just walk by my window? Anyways, hot dog buns are pretty far up there in the sweetness level as far as that. I mean, they're right there with, Subway bread that's considered pastry in Ireland. I think it's Ireland. So oven's preheating to throw that in. I guess we're working on salad now. So we need croutons. This seems like a good place to start. Well, that is the danger of ingredient challenge night. Need to calibrate. Realizing I need to calibrate my filters on my mic again. Well, I've got a new mic tonight, so same basic setup before, but the actual mic itself is a new one. And I have to switch studio mode to mess with that. There we go. Hopefully that's a little better. Hi, Noima. We're working with hot dogs tonight. We've got my dessert already set and ready to go into the oven. And I'm working on making some croutons. Hopefully you are well, Noima. In other odd news, it's not for a little while, but the first of the month, August 1st, I just signed up to be a part of a raid train. And so we're doing a really late night stream on August 1st. So if you got ideas for late night stream dinner ideas, Would love to hear those in the Discord. So you're saying more hot dogs? I should be doing more hot dogs that night? I sort of, like, my biggest cringe to that is I've done so much late night stoner food. Oh hey, that's probably some flavorful oil. Why don't we use that for our croutons? Let's pull the hot dog out of that. But if you have specific ideas of things that I should consider, I'm definitely looking for some inspiration. Like, I've done a lot of the basics in that area. I mean, I've done funnel cakes. I've done... touch more oil with that, because we are going to season that all up. Onion powder. Garlic powder. Oregano. Thyme. Bet. Melt the butter and slightly toast all that lovely stuff. We're going to add the croutons into the bowl here. Butter away and get a pan out. Parchment. Salt, paprika, There's an idea. Maybe I should do fresh fried nachos. It's been a while since I've done nachos or anything along that line, much less fresh fried ones. So there's our croutons for our Chicago dog salad. Not even toasted, and they look like they're ready to go. Perfect time, an oven at 325. We're gonna throw both of these beauties in there. Let's start with our lettuces. In truth, I'm certainly jazzing this up a bit. I would think in true life this would probably just be an iceberg salad. Maybe mesclun mix, but really it'd be an iceberg salad. I have the arugula hanging out still in the house, and I have the purple cabbage hanging out in the house still. So we're gonna use those up. Well, maybe we will be. Nope, that's going in the trash. No purple cabbage. Well, we definitely have the arugula still, and I do have a fresh head of iceberg. Alright, salad base is set. Get in there. Tight fit. I normally would keep the lettuce in the bag it came in, but that was looking sort of nasty when I pulled it out of there, so. You got some skin to you. see how our croutons are looking. Oh, those are pretty close. I'm gonna give them another 5 minutes though. You know, I was thinking I was going to throw these in the fridge, or on the stove. I think these are going to go in the oven. I think these are going to replace the croutons in the stove and get them real nice and crispy just in the oven. If I put them in a pan on the stove, I can probably still do a fine job cooking them, but they're going to be much more falling apart because I'm going to have to stir them and move them. Hey Doom, what am I making? I do have fry oil actually already on the stove too. Every Wednesday I do an ingredient challenge. My chat in Discord chooses a different ingredient that I have to use to make dinner and dessert. And so we've got hot dog bread pudding in the oven. We've got hot dog bun croutons in the oven. And we're julienning this for in with the salad. I'm doing a hot dog, Chicago style hot dog salad. Yep. That's Wednesdays here. Well, I took the buns and soaked them sort of traditional bread pudding, same sort of seasonings. About the only thing that's different about that So I added a little black pepper to go a little more savory with the seasoning. But you see that in a fair number of like Asian dessert spice mixes. They'll throw black pepper or something with a little heat in there too. And then I crisped up a bunch of diced hot dogs and put that over the top. So it's got little like minced, diced, crispy, almost burnt Hey, Michael. Yeah, those are getting nice and crispy now. They got a little light color on them. From most of it's still the seasoning, but they got some nice light color on them now. I think that's a good place to stop with those. I'll give you a close up on those. You got me thinking about frying it, Doom. It's been a lot of fun, Doom. I've been doing the green challenge for 3, 4, or 5 years now, something like that. I've done all sorts of weird things. It's been a very interesting challenge. I don't know how much useful it has been to my personal knowledge, but it's definitely been a challenge at times. I've done that with corn dogs. I did corn dog cookies, and then I made a corn dog ice cream. So I made like corn dog ice cream sandwiches at one point. I've never been. I'm not in the practice of adding butter, but butter sounds amazing. Anyways, but I am used to just putting them in a pan. Like, I think the best way probably for hot dogs is grilled. You get that little char, you get the full flavor of the heat on it. But at home, quick, just trying to get it done, it just goes in a pan for me, in a cast iron pan. You can still get a nice little color on it. I think we are going to fry these. I still don't want to hold that with my bare hand, even though I probably could. Just want the pan cleaned and out of my way. Yeah, cleaning the grill is always the worst part of grilling. Let's also include that most grills on home grills, like marketed to people at homes rather than commercial grills, have such weak grills, like the actual grill on them, the metal grill, is so weak, so thin, never can get a decent sear on it because there's no metal to it. What knives do I use? My knives I've had largely since I was in college or before college. So the vast majority of my knives are over 20 years old. Most of them, I have a near complete set of Wusthof Grand Prix. That said, the Grand Prix I have are more than 2 generations old from what they're selling in stores today, and the handles and everything with them are completely different. And I actually don't like the new handles. I wouldn't recommend them. I've been actually looking for a new... I was gifted money for a knife last year, not this year, and I still haven't gotten myself a knife. I have been looking for a knife to add to my daily drivers. I basically use these 3 pretty much all the time for just about anything that isn't a specialized task. This is my onion chopper because of the scalloping. I'm looking to replace this one, not because it's been horrible, but because I've actually broken this knife. The tang is broken in here, and I've resealed it, and yeah. I've got a machine. I've got a sharpener. I've got stones too, and I was trained in how to do that, but unless you're like really sharpening something for a specific job, like you use that knife for that exact action every day 50 times or something, that makes sense. But just having them everyday general practice use, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because when you're hand sharpening them, you're worrying about which direction you want the grain and everything to go with your cutting. I just want them sharp. Macs are awesome. I personally think Macs are a little too light for me. I've been looking at them. I was looking at them as a possibility. Like I said, I was in the market. Macs, I mean, I've got a lot of friends that like Macs too. I'm sort of half in the camp of the old school chef when I started. Like, it's been outdated since I was starting in culinary world. Old school chefs liked heavy knives, and it's because of the action. It's sort of like heavy hammer, that sort of thing. Yeah, you got to lift that thing up, but that's working with you on the way down too. And so I'm for chopping, lots of chopping, I actually almost like a heavier knife. But that's definitely like not where the light Japanese, I'm still using a 20-degree cut on mine. I'm using a Japanese style grind versus a European style, but still, I want them a little heavier. Yeah, but I'm thinking old as like back in the day when you had cast iron knives that were not uncommon. Like you had, the heavy duty ones. I don't know what I'm going to do with this small little charred hot dog that I didn't use on the bread pudding, but there was too much of it. Let's actually fry this. I'm following Doom's recommendation here. And reusing our oil. I almost prefer this one. This is one of my first knives. I'm gonna hack on it. It's a piece of bone. I'm not gonna be afraid of putting a chip in it knife. But I almost like that one more than my more regular use ones. It's just a giant monster of a knife. Come on, get back in there. Oh. Yeah, the engraving's been nice. There was a place near Culinary Institute of America that did engravings, and all the students there. I haven't seen any place else that does nice engraving like this since, and I don't think that shop still does it either. But it's been great because I can just throw them in my photos, and my name's already in all of my photos. I get people wondering if I love my knives or something, putting them in all my photos. No, I'm just trying to put my name in there without having to edit anything. Okay, what am I forgetting that I need to put on the salad still? Red onion. It's normally white onion. Should I do white onion or red onion? Red onion looks a little... Let's do red, because we don't have the cabbage either. Oh, I think of Williams-Sonoma is horribly overpriced. Most kitchen supply stores are pretty bad in their pricing. I mean, I shouldn't say that because a fair number of them are not Williams-Sonoma. A fair number of them are like family run, and they got to make money. But Williams-Sonoma chains that are like that, they're not going to give you the best price on any of that unless you're doing heavy, like, it's this time of year sale and all that jazz. Yeah, if you're just using, like, most butchers that I know, like, they do not buy nice knives. They buy work knives. They buy Restaurant Depot plastic handle knives. Williams-Sonoma does have, quality lineup of products, but I just don't think their prices are probably... Like, they're the epitome of what happened to the retail stores where people said... It's like people said about Best Buy right after we had the big internet boom online. People went to Best Buy to see what they wanted to buy, and then they bought it online. Like, that's how I feel about most kitchen supply stores now. Is, it's cute, it's fancy, you get to see what things are like. You go online, you buy it for half the price. I definitely don't need all of this onion. Let's take the smaller half. That said, I'm definitely guilty of buying things from them too. Like, impulse. No one's scrambling tonight. There was actually a big hubbub here. I'm in Sonoma County, if you're unfamiliar. There was a big hubbub like 5-10 years ago about Williams-Sonoma opening back up in the town of Sonoma. Most of the cities here, like, there's definitely exceptions. Most of the cities in this county have, especially the small ones, have banned like chains. And they had to make like an exception for Williams-Sonoma since it started in Sonoma but had moved away for them to open back up. Hey, Jonna. During a real service these days, Doc Martens. I'm wearing clogs right now, which I wear around my home. These are just indoor shoes for me. I used to wear Birkenstocks when I first started. Danskos got way too much of an arch to them. I think I've had a pair of Crocs. Were they a pair of Crocs? Or I've had a... Oh, I'm wearing Crocs right now, but I haven't worn them professionally in the kitchen. No, I'm thinking of Skechers. I've had a pair of Skechers, too. I hate Skechers marketing, though. I hate where they put the, like, always in the back corner, Ugh. But definitely, like, I basically wear Doc Martens if I'm leaving the house these days now, too. Like, if I'm going out walking or doing something where I gotta wear something comfortable, that's a different thing. But it's all about that sole. Like, they're non-slip. That said, Doc Martens, like, I think it's changed hands in recent years. They don't have the ones that I used to wear normally. Like, I've gotten, I used to have I wasn't wearing boots. Like, most Doc Martens are boots. I was wearing, like, a work shoe. So, like, it didn't have a ton of ankle support, but it was definitely a Doc Marten at the same time. I actually sort of want a pair of real Doc Martens, like the UK Doc Martens, if they're still doing those, because the UK Doc Martens are like real leather shoes, like last you a lifetime shoes. Inserts. Like every 6 months. Like, the shoes, most shoes, you'd be lucky if they last you 6 months these days, but definitely inserts every 6 months if you're on your feet working. Replace that padding. So what do I do for my dressing, chat? We're gonna do, do I add honey to this? I'm gonna do a yellow mustard dressing, since that's, you gotta have the yellow mustard with a Chicago dog. Do I add any honey in with that? Or do we just go, like, apple cider vinegar, mustard? Because we still got the peppers and other spice going on. I've got hot dog relish going along with this. Adds time. I'm gonna sit here and dither on if I should add honey into my mustard while you're gone. I'm not the biggest yellow mustard fan myself. And I get the people saying Dijon, but that isn't, like, classic to the hot dog. I'm still torn on the honey. Like, I know honey mustard, great salad dressing. I like honey mustard. I like it with pork, too. But how close are we getting on our heat here? 226. Most yellow mustard isn't very mustardy. Like, most yellow mustard is, like... It's right there with Frank's. It's spicy vinegar. Or angry vinegar. I thought about actually making my own Dijon as one of the upcoming streams. I don't know if I actually put that on the menu or not. Like, you can make your own Dijon. Like, you can buy mustard seeds, pestle and mortar, pestle and mortar them, and, you know, add in wine or brandy or whatever you want as far as your liquid in there. Do you like turmeric? Because, like, I almost think yellow mustard is almost more turmeric than it is mustard. Ooh, how long has our bread pudding been in the oven? I haven't had a timer going with that. How we looking? How we looking? It's nicely puffed. The Dijon I have right now is not very... It's not my favorite either. I gave it a shot to try it out. It's a fancy Dijon mustard. It's okay. It's just not very exciting to me. And it doesn't have a great, you know, bright color. So I'm definitely not going to do that for tonight. Did I throw one in here? I did. Little tip for the people who work around home and do home projects and crafting and maybe woodwork. This cap fits on a Type Bond bottle. I haven't seen anyone try the mustard. Anyone try the scramble tonight? Has anyone tried the scramble tonight? Is it picking up on people properly? It should be. Yeah, we're fully connected on the bot tonight. That was the issue last stream. Mustard. Vinegar. I think I'm not gonna do honey. I'm gonna do a curveball, chat. I'm gonna do maple syrup. That's interesting. Wow. Those... I don't know what I would use that flavor combo for other than this craziness. Maple and mustard sort of work. I think I'm going to actually add a little more maple in there. Yeah. Definitely need onion powder with that. Help kill that bite a little bit. That works. Yeah, that works. That's yummy. How hot did I get this oil? I've been ignoring it to get too hot on me. Oh no. I think we're going to take the bread pudding out. Yeah. Bread pudding. Ooh, we can turn the oven off now. Get rid of that heat source in the house. I just looked at this and didn't process what temperature it was. Alright, we're going all in with all of this. 300 degrees. I think those can go even longer. Hi, Dances with Felines. Costco is known for having a very cheap, ready-to-eat hot dog at their stores. They have like a little cafe area, and they're notorious for having, like, I forget what it is, but it's like a $1.50 hot dog. And the smell of them and the raw taste of them, pretty decent. I say raw, I mean they're a cured product, so I mean they're not raw, but... Oh, that's why we're not crispy. We've lost too much temp. Let's get those back crispy. We're just cooking them slowly. We want them crispy. And so I have made a hot dog bread pudding. And we're working on the last bits to our salad here. Yeah, we're only around 250 right now. We need to get this back up to 300-ish. We've got hot dog bun croutons, red onion, cucumber, tomato. We got a yellow mustard vinaigrette for on our salad itself. And I'm frying the hot dogs to go on top of that. We got the relish. We got the sport peppers. I say sport peppers because sport peppers is what's supposed to be on the hot dogs. I'm using banana peppers. I hope you're okay with that, chat. I'm not in Chicago. I don't have the availability of sport peppers as much as you guys do. You wonderful people do. Okay, now we're going with these. Now they're getting some nice color. Put a lid on the oil. So we got ketchup and sugar, as if ketchup doesn't have enough sugar. We're going to add more. I got some over here. Where's the other one? I guess I don't have some over here. Yeah, we'll use glass. I'll use a glass. So in case the hot dog wasn't enough for you with the bread pudding, we've now got a ketchup frosting on that. Okay, let's make our salad, chat. I think I'm going to go straight in with the dressing on the greens. Hit those with a touch of salt and pepper. Hot dog mustard relish. Fried hot dog strands. Did I forget any celery salt? Celery salt. What do you think, chat? Would you give that salad a chance? Oh yeah, there's supposed to be some tomato in there too. Thank you for the vote of confidence, Kip. appreciate that. Good with that, good with that, good with that. Let's get some photos. Gotta wait for it to go around again. Wish there was a double speed, double time speed on it. Can't even see that with my eye, and it's like bright yellow in my camera. Should have done this ages ago, but let's get rid of this powdered sugar. Alright, let's see what we got on the bottom of our red pudding. It's a little drier than I'd like. I guess it's not too bad. There's some moisture there. It's not completely dried out. And let's give these a shot. Let chat know what I think of these things right on stream tonight rather than only in the Discord. Bread pudding is delicious. The bread came out great with this. I mean, it's almost like a cheating using hot dog buns to make a bread pudding. Hot dog is great to start off. You get a nice crunch, you get a nice meatiness, you get a nice, it matches well. It's that classic hot dog aftertaste that's maybe drags it a little bit out of the sweet category too much. Ketchup actually helps pull it back into being less savory, if you can believe me. And I'm just going to try one of the croutons here. The rest of this I'm sure you know is tasty. That must have got a direct hit from the celery salt, because that was strong on the celery flavor. That was a tasty crouton though. Awkward, odd dinner. I think it's still going to be absolutely delicious. But I do think that wraps it up for this fine evening. Gonna be doing pork pies on Friday. Thinking like actual like encased pies, sort of like a UK meat pie, but pork. I don't know what I'm putting on the side of it. I need to put something on the side with it. I was actually maybe thinking of actually doing mushy peas. I haven't done like old school mushy peas or ugh. But do you like a fresher, better version of it, maybe? Regardless, I hope you come back to join me on Friday. And I don't think I'm going to raid out tonight. I think I'm just going to leave it as is. I hope you all have a great finish to your week. Have a great night, everyone.